Look, you saw the title of the video, let's just get into it. The Gauntlet is best played while listening to the Mission Impossible theme song. Establish a line that players have to stand behind in order to throw their dodgeball. About 40 feet away from that line, put up a bunch of barricades. They should be arranged in a straight line the entire length of your large space, and it can be literally anything that you have. One person at a time will start on one end of the gym, and their goal is to get all the way to the other side, secure a precious object, which can be anything fun, and return back to where they started, all without being hit by a dodgeball. Meanwhile, all the other players are trying to hit the thief, which is easier said than done because the thief can dash between the barricades that you've set up to make it harder to be hit. Everyone starts with one dodgeball and they can only throw from the designated area. If they throw and miss, they're allowed to go get their ball, but they better make their throw count because it takes a long time to retrieve and you're only allowed to touch your own dodgeball. Each round should be timed because the person who is able to complete the heist in the shortest period of time wins. If no one is able to make it all the way back with the precious object, then whoever made it the farthest wins. I got Jetball from the YouTube channel PhysEd Games, and it was even more fun than I thought it would be. Everyone lines up against one wall except for two people who are the throwers. The goal of the runners is to make it from one side of the gym to the other without being hit by the dodgeballs. The throwers have to start from behind a designated line, and the round starts when one of the throwers hits the wall with their dodgeball. Before the thrower can target anyone, they have to throw their ball up against the wall, but starting the round when either thrower hits the wall demands a little coordination from the throwers, because strategically, you'd want to both hit the wall at the exact same time. The throwers have to start from behind a designated line, and the round starts when one of the throwers hits the wall with their dodgeball. The runners make a mad dash for the other wall while the throwers try to pick people off. If you get hit, you sit down where you are, but you're not entirely out of the game. Anyone who gets tagged by you in the future rounds is also out, so people have to watch out for you too. Some rounds no one gets out, and some rounds multiple people get out, but you keep going back and forth until there's only one person left. Star Wars Ball is fun, but I will admit, it made my arm hurt. You play in two teams, and the gameplay revolves around moving an exercise ball, the Death Star, onto the opposite team's side. Before starting, each team gets 10 folding chairs or space debris that they can place anywhere they want to in order to make it harder for the other team to score. You can only move the Death Star by hitting it with the regular dodgeballs, and your goal is to move it all the way back until it's out of bounds on your opponent's side. There's something else that you need to be careful of though. If the Death Star ever touches somebody, then their entire team loses, so you can't slow the Death Star down with your body in any way. Dodgeballs that you are holding count as part of your body too, so you can't just hold on to a ball and punch the Death Star with it. This game is great, but you probably won't be able to play more than 3 rounds or else your shoulder is going to be killing you tomorrow. If you ever played Blob Tag, then you might know what Blob Ball is all about. Everyone plays individually, and one player starts as the Blob. Everyone can run wherever they want, and the Blob tries to pick up dodgeballs and hit people with them. If you do get hit, then you have to join hands with the Blob and run around with them. Now each of you only has one free hand to throw, and you're a little bit slower than when it was just one person. Everyone still tries to dodge the Blob, and if you get hit, then you join on to either side. Once the Blob gets bigger, there's a lot of people in the middle who are just getting dragged all over the place, which makes the Blob a lot slower. However, the Blob's speed is offset by its enormous size, and there's few things more terrifying than seeing a huge mass running at you with dodgeballs on either end. When it's down to just one person, they win. Robot Dodgeball is played in pairs, where the robot is blindfolded and the operator has to steer them around. There's no boundaries, and the operator has to guide the robot to where the dodgeballs are, point them in the direction of the other players, and then tell them when to throw. If either the robot or the operator gets hit by a dodgeball, then their pair is out and they sit down where they are, and you just keep playing until there's only one pair left. And I have saved my favorite for last, Kaos. Spread as many dodgeballs as you own all throughout your space and give everyone a pool noodle. In this game, you can only get out in one of 2 ways. The first way is if you get hit by a dodgeball anywhere below the waist at any time. Even if the ball has bounced off a wall, rolls into your foot, or you accidentally kick a stationary ball, you're still out. The other way is if you get hit by somebody's pool noodle anywhere in your body. When you're out, you sit down right where you are, but you're not entirely out of the game yet. If you manage to get anyone out, again, either by hitting them with your pool noodle or by picking up a ball and hitting them below the waist, then you get to come back in. What I love about this is that even when people are out, they don't get bored because they're really still playing, and it also makes the rounds last longer. And as a thank you for making it to the end of the video, I will give you one more fun idea, which is oversized dodgeball. Just blow up like 3 exercise balls, hold them over your head, and just hurl them at people. But thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, check out the description.